I think this is probably the biggest planner stack I've ever had sitting on my desk. Look at this chunky monkey. Very excited to show them to you all. Let's get going. Hello everybody. My name is Rebecca and welcome to my channel. I'm very happy that you gave this video a click, and I'm super excited to show you what planners, notebook things I have on my main lineup for the year 2020. If you just watched most recently my January 2020 setup, which I will link up in the cards, you may notice that my voice sounds the same. It's because I'm filming this immediately after. I have my current bullet journal sitting right here. That's what this is. With my notes, because I opened, when I was figuring this out, I was taking notes on what I wanted to say and how I wanted to split things. So I've got notes sitting here. So this is my stack of planners, notebooks, things I consider in the planner lineup that I am intending to use in the year 2020. So I wanted to walk you through them all. Okay, so first up, we have the Llewellyns Witch's Datebook for 2020. If you caught my depth year video, which you can find linked up in the cards if you didn't, I spoke about how I never used pre-printed planners, that I love them, they're a part of my fantasy self, and then they end up falling away. So I'm laughing, I laughed during that video when I was filming it, because I had already bought this. We'll see, I have no clue, but I couldn't resist. I was shopping for Christmas and I saw this. I couldn't resist. I've seen these before on when Jessica the Story Witch has had them, and I will link her up above as well. So this has got art and a bunch of information from a bunch of different people about a bunch of different witchy, spiritualist type stuff, right? So we've got information about retrogrades, information about daily chakra healings.
Since I only have one quill, you can give
Thank you.
one to Daddy.
Okay. Okay, go on. Pop culture protection magic. There's all sorts of information at the beginning. Then, the monthlies look like this. And each of them have different things. We've got the moon symbols. I haven't figured all of them out. This, under Martin Luther King Jr. Day, it says the sun enters Aquarius, New Year's Day, cold moon, lunar eclipse. So, that's the monthly layout. And then the weekly layouts look like this. Everyone has some sort of a blurb or a picture in this corner. And then you have a little bit of information or a little horizontal box. And each day has different information. So Hanukkah ends. This means it's good for, what was that? It's my first year having this, so I'm still learning it. That means it's good for a planting day. Day and date. Anyway, you get a bunch of information on the sides. What I decided to use this for is for my tarot daily draws. I do have a spread in my bullet journal that I use for my tarot draws to record them, but I intend to go deeper and do a bit more with my tarot, my daily tarot card. So, on the monthly spread, I put in the notes here my card for the month. My card for the month and the symbol. And then on each daily, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in each square, I'm going to put my daily card. So if it's Pentacles, it's going to be green. I'm going to go and put the number. or I'm going to put the corresponding symbol, whatever that is, the same one I use in my tracker, on the days of the calendar. And that way I'll be able to see a monthly scale of it. And then in my dailies, the plan is to do just a little bit of journaling about the cards so I can learn the cards better, so I'm engaging with them more. So that's what I plan to use. Ooh. Oh, fuck yeah. Look at this. The full moon for September to October is in Aries. Awesome. I'm in Aries. So that is how I intend to use this book. Okay, so this is my Book of Mirrors. I recently decided to start calling it my Book of Mirrors when I studied a bit about what the difference between a Book of Mirrors, a Book of Shadows, grimoire was. So I call this my Book of Mirrors because it shows me, it mirrors back to me my journey. So this is the book that I had as my spiritual bullet journal. It's got many different things that have happened throughout it. This is used for, and this, like with my witches date book, will be sitting on my altar, my main altar space. This I intend to use for when I write my new moon seeds. If I make full moon plans, ritual plans. This is deeper into the spiritual stuff. Spell ideas, journaling, reflections. I discovered as I was planning out this video, the different qualifiers that make me want to put things, keep them out of my bullet journal. Because the bullet journal is supposed to be the catch-all, and I really love it that way. Here's that bullet journal. And though I do love it as a catch-all, I've learned that there's certain guidelines to that. So it's a catch-all, it's a giant reference. It's when I don't have other books, or it's like my day-to-day workhorse. This is what I use the most. It gives the surface. And this is like an overview, right, of everything. It's got my day-to-day plans and the things I want to do, and that's why it's the workhorse. And for the rest of the information, it's like an overview. Because this goes with me everywhere. So there are certain things I don't want everywhere, because what if I lose this? Then a bunch of very personal things are out in the world. So the things that make me decide if something is going to go into my bullet journal fully is, do I want it kept private? My spiritual reflections are private. I don't want them just anywhere, so they don't go in here in depth. Do I feel it needs more space? The same goes there for my spiritual reflections and my tarot study. I want those to have more space. And the main purpose of my bullet journal here is to help me with all of the things, with all of the day-to-day stuff. So it's mostly day-to-day stuff and then a bit of reference. So if I go too heavy and put all the things in here, this won't last me very long and I will be overrun by books. So if I feel it needs more space and more room, like my spiritual journey, I don't want to confine it to the limited excess space I have in here. So it gets its own space. Also, if I haven't decided how I'm doing something yet, it doesn't get integrated. So my budgeting planning, I haven't found the way yet that makes that really work for our finances and our life and our situation. So I can't yet integrate it fully into this book in the way it might need to, if that would work. So those are the qualifiers of if something goes in my bullet journal. Do I want to keep it private? Does it need more space than I am willing and able to give it in my bullet journal? And have I decided yet how it can integrate fully? So that's where you get some difference into why I'm not putting everything just right in here. My brain is complicated. And my brain is organized chaos. So my planning system is organized chaos. It doesn't matter if anyone else understands the way I do it. I understand the way I'm doing it. That's what matters. So this puppy goes with me everywhere. So that's my bullet journal. Last but not least, we have my 2020 power sheets. Now, you haven't seen much of this. And to be honest, I don't know if you're going to start seeing much of this. I feel like some of this stuff in here is very private. So I'm very strange in that some people need accountability. They need to tell people about things they are doing so that way they'll actually do them. I am the opposite. If I tell people about the things I'm planning to do before there is any concrete plans and before it's something I am fully doing, the pressure gets to me and I don't do it. Very strange. Like when I quit smoking, I tried a few times and I kept telling people I was going to quit smoking. I never did. When I actually quit smoking, I didn't tell anyone I'd quit smoking for a week until a week had passed. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to share, but this is the power sheets. This is a goal planner, and that is what I'm using it as. I'm using it to go deeper into goal planning, and I'm doing this because I definitely want it to be private space. I feel the goal stuff I want to do is way too much for my bullet journal. I haven't figured out how to blend any of the goal planning stuff into my bullet journal, and I mean, it's so pretty. So I haven't decided yet if I want to share much of what goes on in this, because this is all still very early stages. None of it's super concrete. So we'll have to see how that goes. Well, that's it. I don't have anything else more to put here on the screen to show you. That is my planner lineup for the year 2020. And I'm very excited, and I found it very helpful. Here's the spread I made when I was just blurbing. And I found it very helpful to do that. And I really feel like I'm finding my planner groove. When I was planning this, I realized the most important thing is to do what makes sense to my brain. So if I'm sitting here and I want to write something and I feel like, ooh, I really need this to go in a separate book, then that's where I should put it. So that's how we're starting the year here, or how I'm starting it. How many planners and notebooks have you got in your system for 2020? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. Please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, and you can join us again for more videos anytime you like. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Love and light always. Bye.